Today on Geek Perspective, we are talking Halloween movies. Movies that you guys might want to watch for Halloween. This is Halloween Movie Special Part 1. I'm your host, Roy, and with me are Derek and Tom. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, Roy? How you doing?
Nada. I'm excited for Halloween.
Yeah,
I'm so excited I had to put up my flames again because we on fire.
yeah. I love
We
this time
did.
of year. The
Nice
weather,
cool air.
yeah. We had a real. I feel as though this summer was pretty damn humid in comparison to a lot of summers. This is very, very welcome to me because I love wearing hoodies. And normally I wear a hoodie almost year round, but this summer it was the humidity was killer, man. This summer, and so happy to be able to wear my hoodie again.
I think it's time for the ACs to finally come out.
Yeah, I think you're right, Derek.
Yeah, I haven't turned mine
Right.
on. I have central air over here, and I haven't turned that on in a while now. So
I put my fan on in my AC because it's still in the window because it's been getting muggy here at night
ooh,
up
yeah.
until last night.
Mhm.
But other than that, I haven't used the actual AC itself in a good month and a half.
Nice.
So yeah. All right, so you want to jump into this?
Yeah.
I guess I'll go first.
Sure.
All right, so I'm sure you guys can guess what I would pick for my first movie. We'll probably do a couple of these so you guys know, to give you guys an idea what we watch, and we're experts on horror movies, so you want to listen to us because we know everything.
Speaking of which, just real quick before you get into it, have you seen the previews for that new Antebellum?
Yes, I have.
Oh, I want to see that so bad. Dude. That
So
looks
same here.
really
It's
awesome.
on, it's like it was on Amazon Prime.
$20.
$20. I'm like I wouldn't pay that, but I'm like I thought about it. I did think about it. I was like, oh.
See, I'd pay it if there was like a small group of us or something watching it. You know what I mean? Like
I thought the same thing.
I'm not gonna pay 20 for myself or me and my girlfriend, but if there was like a group of us together, I'd be like, yeah, let's.
Yeah.
And everybody wanted to watch a movie or something, then I'd be like, yeah, let's get it. You know?
That's actually a good idea. That's something to do, actually.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Hey, that's a good idea.
You guys should come watch a movie here on my big.
Yes, you have that big TV.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, we'll have to do that, definitely. We'll have to plan
Oh,
it
and
because
you
we
have
talked
a
about it.
projector now. I forgot about.
What's that?
You have a projector now.
Yes, I do. I haven't used it yet.
Yeah,
but
we can
I
watch a
turned it
movie.
on once.
We should do that one night too. Yeah, we do a movie here one time, a movie. Do one on the projector. That'd be a lot of fun.
I definitely want to do a when it gets like I want to do something for Halloween ish. Like I told Rick, we should get some people together, do some movies outside or something. Because I bought a screen. I have a screen.
Yeah,
150-foot screen.
Nice.
And it'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be
either order out or grill some food and have fun with it.
Hell yeah, I'm down for that.
Definitely. I'll have to plan that. All right, so my movie was if you know me, it's no big surprise. It's Friday the 13th Part 2, which to me is one of the best movies of that franchise. I'll get into why in a few minutes. But it was released on April 30th, 1981. It was an hour and 27 minutes long.
We're old, man. We're old.
Right? I know, right? People are like, what? That's too old for me.
Yeah, wow, dude.
Yeah, 1981.
Jeez.
Yep. Where were you in 81? At a budget of $1.2 million, and the box office made 21.7. And if you didn't know, originally Part 2 was supposed to be an anthology film based on Friday the 13th superstition, but because the popularity and how popular the ending was of Part 1, they decided, wait a minute, we have something here. Let's capitalize, which they did 40 million movies later. So now people that watch Jason movies, that love Friday the 13th, that love horror movies will probably say, wait a minute, it's not the masked Jason, which is the most iconic Jason, is him wearing the mask. And I countered that by saying that is true, but when you first see him wearing the sack, it's like, the fuck's this guy doing? You don't know you should be scared, weirded out. Like what? It was like really a potato sack. You kind of like what?
You have that Funko too, don't you? The potato sack.
I do have it.
That's
I do
one
have
of the cooler Jason Funkos too.
I do have it. I should have pulled it out actually. So my other thing is, it's the first time you see the real Jason. You see the boy in part one at the end, who was played by Ari Lehman, but this is the first time you see Jason as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty badass. Now I'm gonna go into a couple of the kills real quick because some of the kills are just amazing. Now now you guys give your opinions too. Let me know what you guys think. Now this is no particular order. Now Alice Hardy, played by Adrienne King, she was killed in her apartment by an ice pick in I think into the temple. I thought that was a crazy kill because at the beginning of the movie, you're like, oh hey, she's still alive, she's still roaming around. Then all of a sudden she's dead. So holy Jesus, that was out of the blue. One of the few, if only, kills ever happened not on the camp, by the way, until part 8 anyway. And then Wheelchair Boy, remember Wheelchair Boy?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Mark Jarvis, played by Tom McBride. He had a machete slammed into his face, rolls down a flight of stairs. That's the funniest kill ever. I love that kill. Every time I see that, I get happy. It's just funny. I think it's real funny. And then Ginny Field, played by Amy Steele, and Paul Holt, played by John Fury. At the end of the movie, back at the cabin, now this is a spoiler, so if you've never seen it and you want to see this movie, you want to fast forward about a minute, because I'm going to give something up here that you might want to see for yourself. So, Jason dives through the window. Now, picture this. It's about a minute or two. They're in the cabin. It's at the end. They think that everybody's fine. They hear something. They open the door. It's a little shit rat dog. Scares the crap out of them, and then they go, they relax. Jason dives through the window, and it scares me every fucking time. I know what's coming, and just hearing it and seeing him go, that music, it makes me jump every time. Every time I jump when that happens. Grabs Ginny, pulls her through the window, and then next thing you know, she wakes up being loaded into an ambulance, saying, "Where's Paul?" Well, there's no Paul. What the hell happened to Paul? They leave Paul's fate in your hand. And through the history of Friday the 13th, not many people have died off screen, and he is one of them. And I think one of the most famous, because you actually don't hear him getting killed. You don't see him getting killed. Was he killed? I think he was. I think what happened was he pulls Ginny through the window.
Mm-hmm.
He goes out after Jason, starts fighting with Jason. Either he wounds Jason as Jason's killing him, or Jason kills him, and they hear the sirens, which scares Jason off, and he's driven away because of the sirens. I think one of those two things is probably plausibly what happened, but he's gone. He's dead. That's it. He's one of the last kills that you don't know what happened to him. No clue in the world. Any comments? What do you guys? Have you both seen this movie? I'm assuming.
I've seen them all, dude. You know that. I've seen them all. So I was thinking about, it's a little off topic, but no, it's still about Jason. My favorite, or the kill that I always remember, and it's not from this one. It's from Jason Takes Manhattan, and I remember seeing it as a kid, and I still remember it, and it still makes me laugh. They're on the roof. He punches the guy in the face, punches his head clean off, goes over the side of it, down the fucking railing, into the dumpster, fucking rolling just the head. And I don't know why, like, through all those movies, that kill, it sticks out to me the most, or I remember the most, him punching the guy's head off.
We all give horror movies crap for like going on past 2 or 3 and going like to dozens of movies.
Yeah.
The one thing I will give Friday the 13th for is, as they've gotten later in the years, they didn't take themselves seriously.
Yeah.
So you had funny moments. I can remember going to see later movies. People were cheering for Jason.
Yeah.
because they made almost like the actors, the cast, more like jerks and asses. So like you
Yeah.
almost wanted to root for Jason, like
Yeah, they
kill him,
they
you know.
they sort of lean into the corniness and stuff of it, and like a little bit, and which it makes it funny. You know what? The other franchise that did that, and they went completely that way, is Child's Play. They're very serious. The
Very
first
comedic, yeah.
Leprechaun did it too, and then Child's Play, which Child's Play is one of my favorites, still one of my favorites, not my favorite, but one of them, and yeah, they just leaned into it a little more. The campiness. They leaned in, and then you had Cult, Seed of Chucky, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Cult of Chucky, which I love those too. So,
All right, so that's my movie. Who's gonna go next?
It's up to you, Derek. I don't care.
I'll go next.
Go for it.
I'm going to take a different route than Roy. I'm going to pick a movie that is getting released next week.
Cool.
So I think we discussed it briefly in like a previous episode. The Adam Sandler movie coming to Netflix on the 7th.
How are you picking a movie that you haven't seen?
I don't really watch Halloween movies.
That'd be a Halloween movie, just like a, you don't watch scary movies at all, really?
Not really. No.
Okay.
So this movie, it's called Hubie Halloween, right, or something like that.
Yeah. So he's kind of like, I guess, the person in the town that's really excited for Halloween. Like he takes it to the level that people take Christmas decorations. So I guess he goes to the police a lot for like minor things throughout the movie or at the beginning, based on the trailer. And the police chief is just like, whatever, they don't listen to him. So it turns out that on Halloween, apparently all these things that happen in the movies are starting to really happen in this town. So it's up to him to figure out how to save everyone. You see a guy get ripped through like a cornfield, like just pulled, like you don't see what yanked him out. I think it was like they had a zombie thing in the trailer, vampire. It's pretty funny. Like the trailer's pretty funny. Have you guys seen it?
I haven't. I love Adam Sandler. I'll watch anything he's in because it's him.
I mean, it's like the same people that are always in his movies. So it's gonna have Kevin James, gonna have Spade. They had more of the SNL cast in there because they had Keenan in there.
He always does.
I want to say the girl who played the actress that played Virginia Bennett in his Happy Gilmore movies in it.
You say he had who in it? Keenan?
Yeah, from like Keenan and Kel.
Oh yeah, Keenan Thompson. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I drew a blank all of a sudden. I was like, who the hell's Keenan?
Yeah, it actually had like a lot of stars in this movie. So
he does that a lot in his movies.
He really does.
I mean, like I'm expecting it to be like pretty good for like a comedic horror movie.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I love the scene. I saw a piece of a preview on. I was watching a YouTube video where he's riding a bike down the street and he kids are wearing the Scream mask. And they're chasing him.
The Scream mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta watch this movie just to find out what's going on in this scene.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm
like, that's cool.
The whole town has like no respect for him. They just make fun of him through the whole.
Oh,
thing.
really?
They throw stuff at him, like when he's giving a speech about Halloween or whatever. And like they're throwing candy or food or whatever at him, and he just opens up the umbrella. It's like a giant candy corn.
No one throws candy at me, Jesus.
I think there's like a bit with the thermos where it's on like a grappling hook or whatever, and he throws it into the tree and he goes like he's trying to either chase somebody or get away from something.
Nice.
And he just hits his head on the tree and falls into a well.
It sounds like a good movie. So it's coming out. What day is it coming out? Do you know what day?
The 7th.
Oh, so just a couple days from now.
Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah, sometime next week because it's the 3rd today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Sunday would be before.
Big Wednesday, right? I haven't changed
Wednesday.
my calendar.
Wednesday.
My calendar still says September.
Yeah.
I think my birthday being the 1st, I'd never change my calendar.
I'll either watch it like the day it comes out, or I'll watch it Saturday night or something.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it either next Saturday or Sunday. Probably
Yeah.
next Sunday because I'm going to Tom's Saturday.
Yeah, I'll check it out next week sometime. I'm sure. I always watch, even Adam Sandler's crappy movie. I watch them all. It just, growing up with Adam Sandler, well, not even, I mean, just God, I'm probably pretty close to the same age as Adam Sandler, I would think. Don't
He's
know.
in his 40s.
So I mean, I would assume, yeah.
I saw him in concert.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. He performed at my buddy's college, and we went, and it was the greatest thing ever. Girls were stripping and running up on stage. I'm like, this is the greatest. You can say boobs and Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And he did his songs and his stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
so
he
it was
did.
the greatest.
I remember when he did the tours around the colleges that year. I was in college then, and yeah, and there was always a lot of girls. That was before he was married, so that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he got a lot of girls. Got a lot of, or women, I should say. Got a lot of women.
Hey, good pick, Dom. I mean, Derek.
Oh, he's 54 years old.
Oh, that was in his 40s.
I did too. So I guess I'm not the same age as him. All right.
It's a little off.
All right, Tom.
All right. All right. So,
Derek actually picked a good movie for once. I thought he was going to pick an anime.
I do that once in a while. I pick a good movie.
You do once in a while. I give you credit for that.
So this was tough for me because I love horror. It was like I could have easily went for anything in the Night of the Living, anything by George Romero, but anything, especially in the Night of the Living Dead series, or I could have picked anything by like Sam Raimi in the Evil Dead franchise because I'm a big fan of that. But I had to go with my probably my favorite movie of all time, and sort of the originator of the slasher genre, and that would be Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, and I'm talking about the original, not any of the sequels and not any of the reboots or remakes or anything like that. I'm talking about the original, which, sorry, I'm going through my notes here, was released October 11th, 1974. It was directed by Tobe Hooper and written and co-produced by Tobe Hooper and Kim Henkel. And it starred Marilyn Burns, Paul A. Parsons, Edwin Neal, Jim Sydow, and Gunnar Hansen, who played Leatherface. And it's loosely based on the serial killer Ed Gein. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with him, but he was a sort of serial killer. He got his start. He was, kind of obsessed with his mother and was digging up graves.
Real quick, I actually know a woman I used to work with that lived during that era. And she lived in the state where it happened. And she said there was so much fright. She said in her lifetime, it was with all the killers, the Boston Strangler, that was the scariest thing that's ever happened. She said that in her lifetime was them trying to find him. And she said it was so insane.
Yeah, he sort of, Ed Gein, he like brought that shit to another level because he was like, he started with Grave Robin and then he was great, and doing weird shit with the corpses and then he was,
making furniture out of chairs.
Yeah, lampshades out of skin, stuff like that. It was, he got, he just graduated and he had such severe psychological, he was just like a very scary dude, just the shit he did. Yeah, I can imagine at that time when, you sort of.
That was a long time ago. This nurse was, I think in like 70s when I knew her. And she was still working as a nurse.
Yeah.
And she was a petite little thing. She was this tiniest little thing. She's about half your size, Tom. And she was just like, oh, yeah, Roy, it was crazy.
You think about it, because this movie came out in 74. I've read so much about Ed Gein, but I don't remember the years that he was active, stuff like that. But
I want to say 40s, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, 40s, 50s, somewhere in there. I think is right. So you're coming out of that sort of Americana, wholesome, people, oh, that's got smarts, and talking like that, and and then to have something that's this crazy, I'm sure it was terrifying. So yeah, so so it's loosely based on Ed Gein. Just some cool things about it. So it was made for less than $140,000. And if you were to adjust that for inflation, that even today, that's still only $700,000. You don't make movies for that very often. I mean, yeah, some independents, but even that, it's like that's super cheap for such a good movie. And
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
His mother died in 1945, and he started killing in 1954.
Okay, and so we were right around that area. Yeah.
Killed his first person, shot and killed salon keeper Mary Hogan. Put her body on a sled and dragged it home. That must have been interesting, dragging a sled down the street with a body on it. Holy shit.
Yeah. So, I suggest that everybody go watch this. I thought these were a couple cool facts because, like I said, when I was introducing it, it's sort of like the originator of the slasher genre. It doesn't. Not a lot of people say that, but in my opinion, it is, and it is actually now has been credited as it was the first time that these things were in horror movies that would become the slasher genre. The use of power tools as murder weapons, the characterization of the killer being large, like a big guy, you know what I mean? Like Jason was a big person, Michael Myers but he was the first that he was like almost inhumanly big. He was the first. Hulk, faceless figure, because I mean he wears the skin, the face mask of a victim. It's their face. He has a skin, so he's got a faceless figure, and just the killing, the piling up of killing of victims, like they have in a Jason and a Freddy, where it just like that death count starts mounting. This was the first movie that sort of played into all that stuff. And just real quick about the plot is, it's Sally's paraplegic, and she goes to visit the grave of her grandfather and realize that it's been vandalized and there's been a grave robbing. They decide to visit the old Hardesty family home, and they pick up a blah, 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 and craziness ensues. I'm not going to tell you too much about the plot because that's not what this episode's about. I just think you should go see it. And then there's been a ton of movies, or not a ton, but there's been a bunch in the series since. So there was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then the sequel was Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 in '86. So it was 12 years later. And then there was Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 in '90. Then there was this one, oh God, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation.
That was horrible.
Yeah, but it had, you remember who was in it?
Wasn't that, what's his name's wife there?
Renee Zellweger was in this one, right? And
I think it was somebody else.
And Matthew McConaughey, I think very early Matthew McConaughey. I think this was the one. And then after that, we started getting into some of the remakes and reboots and stuff like that. We had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 2003, Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning, and
with what's that girl's name? I can't think of her name now. Son of a bitch. Drink a total blank.
I don't know.
She's married to the kid from NSYNC.
NSYNC?
Yeah, no NSYNC.
I don't even know anybody in NSYNC. Justin Timberlake?
Yes. Wasn't she in that? She's in one of them.
I don't know who he's married to.
Oh, you know?
No, I don't know anything about that.
Oh, all right, never mind then.
I'll look. Hang on. Texas: The Beginning.
It's not that important.
Jordana Brewster's in it. Matt Bomer. Oh, okay, I know Matt Bomer. Nora Bard. I don't see Arlie Emery. I don't see anybody else that's famous.
No, she's not one of them.
So
She's in one of them.
um,
Maybe it was the first remake they did.
then there was Texas Chainsaw 3D in 2013. Then there was Leatherface in 2017, and there's a new one in the works. It's untitled. It's a sequel, and it's to be announced. So, have you guys watched these? I would assume you have, Roy.
I have.
I have not.
So, thoughts on Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I know a lot of people think I'm weird because
The original is the greatest. You know, the
really
original
original.
It's a great movie, the original. Part 2,
Yeah.
it was you know,
It's very problematic, very and it was such a gap in between 12 years, you
to a
know.
lot of people, they forget about Texas Chainsaw Massacre because of the later franchise being so bad,
Yes,
and it annoys me because the first one is such a great movie, and I remember watching it for the first time. I remember the end, and it's just so frightening.
yeah,
And then later finding out it was based on a true story, it made it even more frightening because you know, in theory, it happened.
yeah,
You know, it's like holy shit. You know, and that appeals to me like no other. It's amazing.
yeah. What about you, Derek? You ever seen any of them?
I have not seen any of them.
I didn't think so. But I figured I would ask. Yeah, I
It's
love
not
it.
anime. Derek hasn't seen it.
Yeah, the first one, like Roy was saying, it's like I love how gritty the first one is too. It just like it's like parts of it in that movie. It almost has like a home movie feel to it, where it's like, oh, this shit could really be really happening, and yeah, I love it. Leatherface, one of my favorite characters, and I think everybody should. I mean, I've liked some of the reboots and remakes just because I'm a sucker for pretty much anything horror. But I think anybody who's looking for something scary this Halloween season, something that really will, scare the shit out of you a little bit, it's this movie for sure.
So I got
Yeah,
a
check it
question
out.
for you guys.
Yeah.
I found a chart with a body count for the top 10 horror franchises.
Oh, cool.
So where do you think your movie lands in that top 10?
Who are you asking?
Both of you guys, because both of your movies are in the top 10. So where do you think they rank? For the
Mine's
high-
near the top. Mine's gonna be near the top.
Yeah. I mean, there's been so many Friday the 13th.
He's had 100. He's had at least like 150 kills.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I wouldn't even know. I would say I would guess if he's in the top 10, I'll go 4 for Texas. Yeah, for mine.
I would
Alright, what do you wanna
Texas
say for
Chainsaw
yours,
Massacre.
Roy?
I would say 6.
That's
And
what I was
three-
original.
3 for Friday the 13th.
But I don't know what they're counting as far as the reboots and stuff, so that's why I went 4. I was originally
Yeah.
thinking 6. So
I'm just purely
They're
guessing.
counting from 74,000.
They're what?
So Leatherface is actually 9
Oh,
with 24 kills.
that's it. Yeah. Well,
Actually,
Leatherface
I'll-
is more deliberate though. Like he
mhm.
Yeah.
like he wasn't a random
Well, this is
killer.
just based on
Yeah, it wasn't as indiscriminate as Jason.
Right. Yeah, he
Right.
wasn't a random killer. So
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. I didn't think of it that way.
I'm gonna surprise you with number 10 because you'll never guess number 10. Number 10 is actually Jaws
Oh wow,
Really?
with
that's
8.
really cool.
18 kills. Wow. I'm happy. I love Jaws.
So,
Yeah.
so how high are you gonna say Jason Voorhees is
He's gotta
for his
be
body count?
top 3. I would say 3.
I would
Not
say
higher.
top 3.
He has like 150 kills.
I would go. I would say top 3. My instinct is to say 1 almost.
I want to say 1, but I don't want to be too. I don't want to be like hitting myself
Mm-hmm.
because he has 150
Well,
kills.
He actually,
What?
he is number 1 with 100. He's number 1 with 158 kills.
158 kills.
8.
Yeah, it was close. So,
Who said-
what's the top 10?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go from 10 to 1 by body count. So 10
Okay.
was 10 is Jaws, and 9 is Leatherface. Number 8 with 32 kills is Chucky.
Oh.
7 with 34 kills is Ghostface.
Oh. Nice.
6th with 41 kills is Pinhead.
Oh, I always forget about Pinhead.
I need his autograph, and I have all 4 of their
5.
autographs.
That's so cool.
So 5 with 42 kills is Leprechaun.
Not-
Wow. Of all movies, I love Leprechaun.
I love it.
And then tied for 3rd, so this is 3rd and 4th, is Freddy Krueger and Death from Final Destination with 43.
Mm.
Wow. I would never have thought about Death from.
Nope, me either. That wouldn't have occurred to me.
I would never thought of that one.
I have mixed feelings about Final Destination.
The first one I enjoyed. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed the first Final Destination, but
Oh, the first one was good. I know. I like the first one, but like, talk about off the rails. It seems like that really went off the rails after the first one, in my opinion.
yeah, it did.
It was like, and I watched them all. Don't get me wrong, because I love horror movies.
Mhm.
But I was like,
yeah, that was a
this is
little.
a joke.
Well, I don't think I watched all 5, but for every time somebody survived a movie, they just killed them off in the next movie, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think pretty much.
That's like horror standard.
Yep. All right. So where we
Wait,
at?
that was cool.
Wait. There's still more to go, right?
No, because that was 3 was
They were
tied.
tied for 3rd and 4th.
Ah, okay.
Number 1. Oh, I didn't say number 2. Did
Yeah,
I?
you didn't.
Oh,
say no-
no, you didn't. Okay.
Number 2 was number 2 is Michael Myers with
Oh,
111.
that was obvious.
Yeah.
I would have said Jason number 1. I would have said toss up between Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger number 2 and 3. That's what I would have said.
Yeah. That was.
All
That,
because they're the most famous.
I was surprised
And I
Freddy
know
Krueger-
Jason had like 150 kills, and I don't think anyone else has had that many kills. Because Jason just kills everybody.
Yeah.
He's probably killed me 4 times, and I don't even know it yet. You know?
Oh, that's crazy though. You think about it. He had 158. What was number 2 again?
Michael Myers with 111.
So he was still had over 40 kills over Myers.
But
So,
then from there, it's 60 points under for 3rd place.
Oh, and just so everybody knows, I have a special thing coming in that I ordered, and I'll tell you guys off air what it is. Tom won't be surprised because he's got one, and I happened to come across one myself. But I'm gonna do an opening on the air
nice.
when I get it. Hopefully, it comes before Halloween. It's a Halloween type of item,
Ooh,
and hopefully, I get it before Halloween. It's on its way.
nice.
So it's big to me. It's a big deal. So, but are you guys all set?
I'm good.
All right, guys. Halloween's coming. We're gonna do at least one more of these episodes. Hopefully, we'll get maybe a couple more in because we all like Halloween, and Derek likes eating candy, so he likes Halloween too. And I love eating candy, if you can't tell. So we'll do more of these little Halloween things. If you have any comments, let us know below what your favorite Halloween movie is. Will you be watching Halloween movies? Let us know. Let us know what you think of our picks. And we'll be releasing this episode sometime in the near future, so stay tuned for it. And more future episodes will be coming. So for Tom, Derek, and myself, have a great night, people. Be safe.